angels, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm excited that you are all here today. We are going to get into another pick a card reading, and we have 3 piles to choose from today. We are celebrating the full moon in Taurus coming up here in a couple days, or probably right now we're in the window of those energies. And there is a partial lunar eclipse coming with this full moon in Taurus. So lots of energies again. That kind of just seems to be par for the course these days, high energy. What we're moving into feels very expansive and creative to me. It feels like something really beautiful that we're opening up into. So I'm excited to see what these readings have to reveal today. Even though we're in the full moon in Taurus, whenever you land on this reading, it is a timeless reading. So as long as the messages resonate with you, this is for you. It doesn't matter what time in history you land on it. So I just wanted to mention that before I go forward. And so what we're focusing on today is what blessings are coming your way. So that's what Spirit was really kind of moving me to make the theme of this reading for you all today. So what blessings are coming your way, and we're going to also look at if there are any blocks that you have against these blessings, and any advice that Spirit might want to bring through for you in relation to all of this as well. So that's what we're up to, and we have 3 piles to choose from today. The first pile here is marked with the rose quartz tumblestone, and this is the Spirit Song Tarot. And pile 2 is marked with this really neat stone, which I actually think is maybe some form of calcite. I can't remember, but I got it at a local gem show, and part of the reason I bought it was they said that this stone attracts spaceships. It helps you communicate with spaceships in your star family and that kind of thing. So of course I had to have it. So that stone is marking this pile, and this is the Trippin Waite deck. And then pile 3 is the Crystal Power Tarot, and this is marked by the Aqua Aura Quartz tumbled stone. So Crystal Power Tarot is pile 3. So go ahead and take your time picking your pile. Again, it is totally natural to be drawn to 2 piles sometimes. So if you're drawn to more than 1 pile or 3, that's totally okay, especially in a reading like this where it's talking about your blessings. So, you are welcome to watch more than 1 pile. Just pick whichever one you're drawn to first. That probably has the strongest messages for you, or the most messages for you. So you can go ahead and pause the video too if you need to, if you need a little more time with the piles. Just go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhaling out any tension, and just let yourself relax, and really just, there's no pressure. If it doesn't resonate, you just let it go and pick a different pile. So when you relax, I think you really know which one you're drawn to, and yeah, so take your time with it, and thank you so much for being here again. I'm excited to get into this with you, and I will see you in your reading. Oh, and the timestamps are down below for each pile so that you can jump right to your pile if you need to. Okay, see you soon. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the rose quartz and the Spirit Song Tarot deck. And as always, I will have the card decks listed in the description box below. I have pre-shuffled these cards, but I'm going to shuffle them just a couple times again, just so that you've seen that I do it, or you kind of see that I'm doing it, hear that I'm doing it. There you go. So I hope you're all doing really well. The energies have been really interesting lately, very intense as usual lately, but like I said, I do feel some expansion coming in, and like we have really let go of some good releases with that that last moon phase and those last few energies we've been through. So we're looking at what blessings are coming your way, and we're going to look into the tarot first, just to get kind of a feel for where you're at now. And that'll give you a sense too of whether or not this is your reading and your pile, because, you know, if this isn't resonating with you, this first part, then you might want to try a different pile. And sometimes you just want to kind of hang in there too, because, you know, these are general collective messages. So sometimes it just takes a minute to see what in it is for you. So we're asking, what Spirit, what blessings are coming for pile 1? What blessings are on the table, headed their way, or already here, really? Some of you might even be catching a glimpse of some of these. Oops. Okay. So, beautiful. 3 of shells. So this is 3 of cups. Playfulness and bliss. That's a nice, this is where you're at now? So what blessings are coming your way? I did ask that, didn't I? So playfulness and bliss. So you might be in a bit of a celebration phase right now. Oh, this wants to come out. Moving out of a place of deep soul searching. We have the 4 of cups here. So moving out of, and it wanted to come out in reverse. So maybe moving out of a place of feeling stuck. 5 of acorns. So 5 of wands, challenge and growth was also wanted to come out in reverse. These are beautiful cards, as all the decks I choose. I love all my decks. But yeah, so some challenges. And then, what else do we have? Page of Feathers, exploration and discovery. So feathers in this deck is swords. So the Page of Swords. So it looks like to me from this, like I know I asked the question a little weird, so I'm having to adapt what messages are coming through right now, and that's okay. So it's, you are ready to celebrate. You're ready to move into a time of celebration. You've been bored, you've been conflicted, restless, kind of feeling really stuck in that energy, and you know, you're just really feeling like you're ready to move into a place of moving forward out of this, into exploration and discovery, this Page of Swords, this Page of Feathers. And I love how in this deck they talk about feathers being, you know, and I don't really think of swords in this way, I guess, in the same way, but maybe I'll start. This is part of why I like using different decks, is that feathers is also alluding to the celestial realms and a connection to the celestial realm, the angelic realms. So I love that you're like, you're in a place where you want to move out of this stagnation, that you're ready to come into a place of celebration. Maybe you're reminiscing about the past, even of times when it just, that felt like that came easier. So I'm getting a sense that this is where you're at right now. Or kind of what the energies you've been moving through. Let's see, we're going to clarify these though. That's just, oops, what I'm getting right now. So Ace of Feathers, mental clarity and foundation. So another swords, another feathers, ace. That's great right after the page too. But so that's a 3 of swords. Let's see. And then we got 9 of shells. So 9 of cups. Ooh, beautiful. Gratitude and fulfillment. So that's what you were feeling stuck in. Yeah, so it feels to me like when this clarity came through, you know, that you're ready to move on, and the things that you were being stuck in here, like you realize, like, yeah, I feel like you've been getting a lot of clarity, and that is a blessing. So they're showing me where you are right now and a blessing. Like I said, I did ask that question in an interesting way, and I figure there are no mistakes. Okay. So this one came out first, so I don't know what I'm going to take here. So Queen of Shells, Queen of Cups, peace and compassion, upright, and 10 of Feathers, 10 of Swords. Is that right? Yeah. Recovery and transformation. That's an interesting way to... These are very positive interpretations of the traditional tarot, because this is the 10 of Wands. Or I'm sorry, the 10 of Swords. And in this deck, it's talking about recovery and transformation. Right under the Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. So these two wanted to come out too, so I'm just going to bring them out. Why not? King of Swords, King of Feathers, logic and justice, King of Feathers, love the lions. Can you see that over here? And maybe I wasn't expecting to pull this many, to be honest. That always happens to me. Okay, and then this one is 6 of Shells, sentiment and joy, which is the 6 of Cups. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck energy is, wow, the Shadow. 15, self-empowerment, ambition. So the Shadow being at the bottom of the deck, wow. So pile 1, you have been getting a lot of clarity about what you want and what you don't want right now in your life. And that is a really valuable blessing. Okay, so that's where they're telling me, that's what Spirit is saying. They're telling me where you're at right now. Is that you want to get back to this place in your life. You are ready for this like new start where you're really actualizing your dreams, where you are emotionally fulfilled. You are ready to recover and transform and release the things that aren't serving you. You're feeling the possibility, if not the reality, of beautiful offerings coming into your life. You're releasing these negative patternings in your mind that were creating these emotional stuckness. Like, so these two cards here that are talking about this like deep discontent, you know? So I think you're starting to see that your emotions and your thoughts are very intricately connected, and that you have a lot more manifestation control here than you've been giving yourself credit for, is what I'm sensing. So that is where Spirit is saying you're at right now, and it's also a combined blessing. So it's saying, yes, this is where you're at. You've really been through it. Congratulations to you. I just want to say you are doing a lot of amazing work. So thank you. I can tell just looking at this spread, I can tell just the feeling, excuse me, that is coming into this reading. And it's even clearing now. Like, I even feel clearing happening for you now, right now, as you're listening. Know that you are clearing more of this dense energy that you have been releasing. You're stepping into this awareness that you have what it takes to make your dreams come true. And that is truly a blessing. That is such a beautiful thing. So let's look at some oracle cards to see what other blessings are coming in for you. So this is kind of, like I said, was originally supposed to be the gist of where you are now. And then I ended up, when I was shuffling it, I ended up asking the question of the blessings question, kind of jumped the gun. So we got a kind of a dual meaning there, and that's okay. Dual meanings work. I can be flexible in that way. So that's where you're at, pile one. You are doing some amazing work of letting go of restriction, letting go of inner conflict, letting go of outer conflict even, you know, so really figuring out how to ask for what you need and see the way forward, see how you can make the way forward in your life. So that is a really beautiful blessing and a really good place to be. So I'm excited to see what else comes through for you. We're using one of the unicorn decks that I have to see what blessings are coming in for you. For pile one spirit, what blessings are coming in? This one wants to come out. Be a beacon. Be an inspiration. Light the way for others. Okay. So you are stepping into your way shower abilities. This is the blessing, one of the blessings. That all this work you're doing, you're inspiring others. So there are other people watching you that you might not be aware. I mean, maybe I just got the hit that some of you have children, and they're seeing this, and your friends, your family, all of your family, but you know, you are this beacon of light, and this is what I'm not at all surprised with the, you know, amount of star seeds and light workers that are watching this, who are subscribed here and part of this community. So you are just stepping more into your light worker abilities, more into your light to shining brighter kind of thing. This is the blessing that's coming. You are up leveling, and I'm not at all surprised from what the tarot showed us, because you have been doing some really deep work. And I see in these cards also like a balance of the elements to a certain degree. You know, like you're figuring out how, the main thing here is you're figuring out how to use your mind to temper and navigate your emotional realms. So that is creating is giving you the ability to hold more light and ground more light into your reality, into your life. And then, of course, that shines out to others. And so this spirit is telling me is a dual blessing, is a win-win situation for everyone, for the whole planet, because you are becoming a brighter beacon of light, which serves you and it serves everyone around you and the entire planet. So what a beautiful blessing. And then we have listen to your heart. Awaken psychic abilities. All right. And tune into the infinite. I love how every one of these cards has rainbows on them. I don't know, rainbows and unicorns, right? Just doesn't get better than that for some of us. But anyway, so the blessing here is that your psychic abilities are going to start amplifying. You're going to increase as you listen to your heart. So there's a little bit of advice in there too. I think this is going to start happening for you as you're stepping into releasing this sense of lack or boredom in life and your resistance to all of these gifts that are wanting to come in. And so as you step into your light more, these psychic abilities are going to start increasing for you, and your heart chakra is going to expand. What a beautiful blessing. That is so great. I love hearing that. So prepare for that. Know that that is happening. And it can be very intense, but in a good way. So again, if you're needing support, you can always go out into nature, is very helpful. And number 7, I just saw is like magical to me. I love the number 7. It's like heaven on earth and magic and change, that kind of change. So that's what's coming for you, is this magical blessing where you are able to tune in to the infinite with a lot less effort. It's going to come a lot more naturally for you because you're doing the work. And Spirit wants you to know that you are doing the work, and it's really beautiful. And then here in this card, I'm also seeing there's a star here at the top of the tree. And that's what Spirit's saying, that is part of the blessing that's coming in for you, is you are learning how to hold a very bright light anchored to the planet, grounded. And the snake too, there's a snake going up the tree, and it's like this kundalini energy, this life force energy, the blessing of being alive, like this sense of being connected, feeling more light and more connected to everyone and everything, and to your purpose and to why you're here. That's what I'm hearing. Those are the blessings coming in for you. So beautiful. And then we have 32, Cosmic Ruby. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. Wow. Be a peace ambassador. So more mastery is coming your way, more peace. The ability to bring, you know, when people talk about like being a master in your life, you know, being that kind of master of your life. That's what I was feeling from the tarot too, is that, you know, you're learning how to master yourself. You're learning how to master your thoughts and your emotions so that you can become a brighter light and a better co-creator and listen to your intuition more and spirit more. You are being prepared for this, and this process is going to create much more peace in your life. It's going to up-level your entire life, which is so amazing. These are beautiful blessings coming in for you, and let's see if you have any blocks to receiving these blessings. It looks like I said, it looks like you've been doing really good work as far as looking into some of your shadow stuff. You know, we have the shadow on the bottom, which I think is equivalent to the devil card in the tarot. So, you know, you're releasing these old beliefs and thought patterns, relationships, jobs, situations, you know, things that aren't serving you. So that's enabling these blessings to come in, and they're really wanting to come in strong. So let's find out if there's anything blocking pile 1 from receiving these beautiful blessings that are ready to just come right into your life. So we're using now, like I said, all the decks will be listed below. I'm using the Animal Spirit deck right now by Colette Baron Reed. Whoop. Obstacles or blocks to blessings for pile 1. Any blocks? The blessings came flying out. The blocks aren't so sure they want to come out. Pile 1. All right. So, we got Canary Spirit. That makes sense to me. Sing your own song. So more work on that. You know, it seems like an ongoing process for so many of us. More work on that, on the throat chakra, and speaking your truth and expressing your authenticity. So as far as what could block you from receiving these blessings is the fear of your own song, the fear of expressing your essence to the world. So, you know, more self-love work would be very helpful. So that's one of the blocks that can come up for you guys, is really not feeling that your song is worthy, that not feeling that you are this sovereign being that has a right to shine the light, who has a right to tap into such profound messages that come through psychic abilities. Who are you to be at peace when the whole world is a crazy mess, you know? So that's what I'm hearing are the blocks to these blessings. If you have any blocks at all, that's one of the areas that they're in. Another area is we're being spoken to by the Hawk Spirit, where it says, let Spirit be your guide. So, yeah, so let go of control, letting go of the reins. I think that is saying, this card is saying that you're afraid that you're not being guided, that there could be a block in like your ego wants to control it rather than co-create it. You know, because like it's okay for your ego mind or your conscious self to be involved, of course, in whatever process you're in. It's necessary, but you want it to be co-created. You want spirit to be your guide. And I think some of the blocks for some of you is that you're afraid that maybe you're not being guided, or maybe you're afraid that this psychic intuition that's coming in is not actually spirit, just something you're making up, and how foolish of you, kind of thing. So the message here is that Spirit really wants you to know that you are being guided, and your intuitive abilities and your psychic abilities are increasing. So trust yourself. Trust your ability to express yourself. Trusting your intuition is part of being sovereign. I love how this canary guy has a little crown on. So it's like, you know, stepping into that energy of knowing that Spirit has your back, knowing that the messages you're receiving, the feelings you're getting, the intuitive hits, the dreams, knowing that you are being guided, trusting that you are being guided, because otherwise this can be a block in your ability to receive these beautiful blessings that are coming through. And that really does make sense, especially with the psychic abilities coming through, because if you can't let Spirit be your guide, if you can't trust the messages that are coming in, then yeah, you will block the messages and you will confuse yourself, and that will block this ability to be more at peace as well. So keep those two things in mind. And then we also received Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. He's cute, and he has on a crown too. So I really feel like there's a huge sovereignty message here. Really step into your power, that's a block, that you're afraid to really claim who you are, to claim your gifts, your intuitive sense, your light, your, what do you call it? Your right to peace even. And your ability to master your life, you know, like, so this is about taking a leap of faith. So the part of another block here, and that makes perfect sense to me in these blessings that are coming in, is that you can't be afraid to act on what you're seeing, what you're being guided in, and the directions that you're being guided and inspired to take. So that, like I said, goes along with the Let Spirit Be Your Guide card. Those two are just saying, you know, trust your, in this with the canary, and I love, like I said, I love that there's a crown on both of them. It's like, trust yourself. When I think of sovereignty, I think of like, it is your connection to divinity. Like, it's that understanding. Sovereignty is acknowledging and respecting that part of you that is divine, that is sovereign in the universe. And so really owning that part of yourself in connection with Spirit. If you don't do that, it will be difficult to receive these blessings. So I think those are very clear, and it makes sense to be afraid to take a leap of faith. You know, like the Fool. And there's a 3 here. This 12, 1 plus 2 adds up to 3, and then 30 is also a 3, and then so 3 for creation. You know, and the 0 for new starts, that Fool energy, the 0 point, the leap of faith. So in some ways, I'm feeling you're also blocked potentially in the area of being a little bit afraid to make a new start. Even though you celebrate the idea of a new start and you haven't been happy in the old ways of being, there is still this, you know, really intensely logical mind here, this King of Swords. There's a lot of logic that comes in. And so you're really going to have to temper that with that heart energy, that's also coming in through the reading for you, where it is more this fulfillment of dreams in the heart. So a nice balance between all these aspects of yourself will help you receive these blessings. Really trusting Spirit and taking a leap of faith and knowing that there is always enough. That's the bottom of the deck, because that can also block you. This fear of lack, like a poverty mentality, or a lack, I just like to call it a lack mentality. That can also be a block. So keep that in mind. And then as far as now, we're going to ask for advice. Any advice that wants to come through for these blessings and for the blocks that may or may not come up, that might be operating in the background, either consciously or unconsciously. And sometimes, especially for unconscious blocks, just bringing things like this to awareness, to your conscious awareness, can sometimes be enough to shift that block. Because these are some amazing blessings coming in for you guys. And I am getting that you're going to receive them no matter what. Like, you are already positioned from all this work that you've done. You're positioned to receive these blessings. They're coming in. But Spirit wanted you to know about these blocks because so that you can make the most of the blessings, so that you can bring in as much light and as much energy and encoding from what's coming in as you possibly can. So knowing how to get out of the way of that can be extremely helpful. So any advice, Spirit, please, for pile 1, the Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So whatever you're doing in your life, well, first of all, shout out to the Pleiadian starseeds for all of you who connect to the Pleiades. Your guides are coming through with a little hello. So there's a Pleiadian mission, there's a double mission here, and so they're saying, like, some advice is to understand that part of why you are here, you know, to really talk about bringing something into awareness. Part of why you are here is to uplift humanity, to help bring the ascension energies and the light of source and love to the planet and help ground that into the planet, or on the planet, more for everyone to receive. And so understanding maybe that you have a double mission can help where you're at right now, because, you know, I'm getting the sense that some of you, because you're all light workers, I really feel that, and I'm getting the sense that some of you don't think that, you know, that you deserve these blessings. Because, you know, like, look at this first one that came in. This blessing is basically saying you're a light. You're a light worker. You're a beacon on the planet. You are here to uplift humanity. And so, you know, really understanding that, I think, is the advice that's coming through, because understanding it can help you align with it. And to really understand that even though your job or what you do, you know, might not look like a light worker job or look like a healer's type job, but they want you to understand that you are on you are on a double mission. So whatever you're doing, even if you're working at the gas station, you know, if you're working in the library, if you're working at the school, if you're working at the dentist office, if you're working at the doctor's office, if you're working at the toll booth, it doesn't matter. If you're not working at all, it doesn't matter, as long as you are doing the inner work and that you are really, you know, engaging in your life. You know, because some people don't work for whatever reason. Maybe they are raising children, or they have, you know, they're retired or independently wealthy and don't need, and they're volunteering or whatever. But so whatever you're doing, know that you are channeling light for the planet. You are uplifting humanity. So it doesn't have to look like an energy worker, you know, standing around a massage table healing someone, or doing counseling sessions, or anything in the healing field. Whatever, whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Spirit is saying you are good enough. You are on it. You came here to do this. You're doing it, whether you understand it, agree to it consciously or not. So lining up with this awareness can help some of these blocks too. That's why they're giving you this advice. They want you to understand this is your birthright. It's not super special to be a light worker. It's not super special to be holding light. It is special in one way, like it's beautiful, but it's not like, you don't have to think of it as like this regal person. Oh, like I don't want to think of myself like that. Who am I to think of myself like that? Well, if you don't think of yourself like that, you're not stepping into your mission. And we're all light workers on some level, but some of us are here to really hold that light and be way showers. And that's pretty much the blessing that's coming in for you, is stepping more into being a way shower and a light on the planet. And I feel like there's a huge message in this reading that you need to really understand that you deserve this, that this is who you are, and you can be humble in this. You don't have to be, you know, strange, arrogant about it or anything, but you can just understand that this is what you're doing, and this is why your life gets the way it gets sometimes, you know, so like when you are not in alignment, that's part of why life gets so crazy and you feel so restless and bored sometimes, is because you know you have, deep inside, you know you're here for this reason. You know you have a mission. So the advice here is to stop denying it and to connect with your, to understand how that works and to connect with your Pleiadian family, star family. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So more advice, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So releasing those things that are holding you back, which is I know you have been working on. So it's just more advice to keep working on that letting go, just letting it all, release it to in whatever way that you release, whether you want to release it to source or, you know, back to Gaia, through fire, through water, however you do it, through prayer. So keep releasing. Know that there's a lot of clearing happening right now for the entire planet, and that this is just part of the process. And you are being supported and watched over by your guides and angels. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. For some of you, this way shower's advice is not, this light worker advice is not surprising at all. You are teachers. You are actively working with people. So the advice is to keep doing that, keep stepping into that power, keep, I'm hearing resonating with, you know, like tap into some of your, maybe do some past life work where you're really, or dream work where you're tapping into past lives where you have done similar things, because those skills are coming back to the planet and we need them as we move into the higher frequencies. We're basically reclaiming some past gifts and memories. And so know that, you know, so part of the advice is beauty and devotion. You know, really honor yourself, sisterhood of the rose, like really honor the beauty in life and the beauty in your own life and your own mystic power, your own ability to connect, excuse me, with nature, with life, with people, with love. This is a path with a lot of divine feminine energy. So whether you're a male, identify as masculine or feminine, this is the feminine energy. So Spirit's advising you to really, really move into this space of devotion and beauty. And that makes sense because that will always bring you into a place of peace and higher frequency. And then, oh, I love this. Their final advice card here is Anna or Anna, however you want to say it. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So part of your advice here is that there is a divine plan and that you need to take these leaps of faith and just keep walking forward, trusting that you're here doing your work with Spirit. And how you know you're doing your work is when you're in peace and when you're in a high frequency, when you're in love, when things in your life and people in your life are aligned with peace, love, higher frequency. That's how you know you're in alignment with doing your work. And so it's interesting too, because this card in the write-up, it's so seeding the light. This card talks about laying foundations for the new earth. It talks about spreading light and love on the planet without receiving any big accolades for it. So it talks about, you know, being a light worker, and it kind of goes along with the rest of your reading, like kind of being a little bit like, you know, the word incognito is coming to me. And there was another card here that kind of reminded me of like disguise or keeping it on the down low, keeping this like Pleiadian channel thing kind of to yourself. Like maybe you do work someplace or you're involved with people who, you know, you couldn't really shout that from the rooftops, you know, and you don't have to, because you're here seeding the light and you're doing it through beauty and devotion and love and offering from this place, from within yourself. And that's going to lay the foundations for the new earth. That is how we're all a part of this divine plan. We're all doing our part, and not all of us, in fact, most of us are not going to be, you know, on stage with billions of people that we're talking to or that we're seeding the light to. That's only a few people, right? But most of us are doing this work, are doing this seeding the light little by little, laying foundations, staying, you know, being humble, maybe not even getting a whole bunch of credit for it, but we're not here to get credit for it. We're doing it because we love it, because our soul wants to do it, because it feels right inside of us, and because ultimately that brings ourselves and everyone around us so much more joy and so much more peace. So that's such a beautiful final message from Spirit for this reading of like really, you know, just really seed the light. Know that you came here to do that, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big, organized, takes lots of money, time, attention kind of thing. It's just a natural part of who you are and the choices you're making on the planet. And then the bottom of the deck says yes. Just say yes. And it's interesting because this reminds me of the celebration card that came out as your first card in the reading. Just say yes. So yeah, so whatever brings you joy, whatever feels high frequency and aligned, just say yes to it. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Pile 1. I really appreciate you being here. If this reading resonated with you and you enjoyed it, please like down below and feel free to comment. I love hearing you know, your experiences with the messages that come through. So, and if you would like to subscribe and you're not already, please do that, and all the things. Yeah, and the notification bell too. If you would like to know when I'm releasing videos, then hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in private readings or light language transmissions, I do have that information listed down below, as well as my website, and that has my newsletter and all that information too. So thank you again for being here. Love and blessings to you. I'll see you next time. Hello there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the spaceship attracting stone, the spaceship calling stone, and I can't remember the name, which is really a bummer, and the Trippin Waite tarot deck. So I hope you're doing really well today. Thank you for being here with me. We're going to use the tarot to get a sense of where you are now in preparation for the blessings that are coming your way. And so by using the tarot to start, we can get a sense, you can get a sense of, whoops, if this is the right pile for you. That was really quick. Okay, so far we have Ace of Cups and the Sun. Wow. Let's see what else we get. So you're in a good place from the looks of things, and or poised to be in a really good place. Love and happiness in your life. Seems like already you must be aware of a lot of blessings that are in your life. The sun is shining upon you. It seems to me, I'm sensing even just from these first two cards that you've recently had some sort of a spiritual upgrade. Woo! Okay, two cards just flew out. Hold on one second. Okay, so the Eight of Wands. Wow. This is one of my favorite cards in this particular deck. I love the rainbow, how the rainbows weave through it, and the butterflies on the wands there. And what else wants to come out? Temperance. Temperance in reverse actually came out. Two major arcana cards here. Whoa. Whoa. Got the sun twice. So in this deck, for whatever reason, this deck came with 2 suns and 2 moons. You have 3 major arcana cards already in this spread. This is kind of amazing, pile 2. What are you up to, pile 2? If this is just where you're at now, and what blessings. I mean, I know that this also has to do with the blessings that are coming in for you as well. But it's also talking about where you are right now. So, amazing. What I saw in pile 1 is that everybody has been, it looks to me like everybody has been up to some really good work. Wow, this could not be more positive. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. I mean, I guess it could be more positive, but I don't know how it would take a lot. And then we have the 6 of Cups. 2 6s. 6 6. Temperance in reverse. Isn't that interesting? The only card in reverse. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Swords. So, you made a decision at some point to walk towards love. Like, you have recently made a decision to choose love, to choose happiness, and to choose reciprocity, kindness, and love in your life. And this has been a lot for you. It's so interesting how, you know, things can be overwhelming if they're good or if they're bad. So I'm getting the sense that this has been a bit of an overwhelming experience on some level, opening up into all of this energy. So it's been a lot to temper, you know. It's this 8 of Wands is really fast moving energy. And so I get the sense that it's almost like your ability to receive is being tested. Like, along with the balance of giving. Like, there's been so much, I feel like there's been so much giving and receiving. Like, you're really stepping into these lessons of reciprocity and how much happiness that brings into your life when you extend love and you extend it like from this really pure, innocent place, and you're giving and receiving with others in that way, and that is your standard and that is your boundary. It's unbelievable what you can attract into your life, and I think that you are starting to see that. I think you're in a little bit of a state of overwhelm, and maybe feeling impatient with some of the things that are coming in. You might be wanting to see things come in faster or slower, but than what's happening, because it does seem like I said, it seems like a lot, but you've got it. Like, this doesn't take much at this point for this to be turned around. Okay, so we're gonna get some advice on that, I think, as well. So yeah, there's this sense of like, almost like there's just so much going on, you're not even sure that you can take it all in, or that you might miss some of it. So, wow, how cool. So this is where you're at, is what I'm getting, pile 2. That you are, this is a dual meaning, this spread, is it's about where you're at right now, and it's also about what's coming in, the blessings in your life right now. And there's a lot of communication happening in your life as well. You might even be traveling quite a bit, but there's a lot of news and communication happening, positive, happy news, maybe from people from your past as well. So yeah, I do sense that just there is a slight impatience, or a slight, you know how sometimes it's like when all this good is happening, there's like this fear, this instinctual thing that comes up in some of us. It's like, or many of us, that's like, okay, when's the other shoe gonna drop? You know, when's this all gonna fall apart? And I don't really sense that this is going to fall apart. I think this is just about you figuring out how to wield so much happiness in your life. So we're gonna ask, I'm asking the unicorn cards. All of the card decks, by the way, will be listed in the description box below as usual. I'm using one of the unicorn card decks I have to ask about your blessings. Obviously, you already have so many blessings right now and coming in, moving forward. So, but we're asking what else? And so the first card we're getting is, wow, Mahatma energy. Build your light body, accelerate your ascension. So that's what's happening for you guys. No wonder. That's what all that sun energy is. So I'm hearing, make sure that you are spending time in the sun and receiving those sun codes, even if you're living in the part of the world that is moving into winter. You can still, you know, go out for a little bit and receive sun. It's really important, twice in your reading. And these two suns, I'll just set that there for now. These two suns, even though, you know, they're in this deck, it's interesting. This one reminds me more of like spiritual sun, you know, like this connection to the central sun, connection to source, your spiritual happiness, your soul happiness. And then this one always reminds me more of like the more physical self and the more, or the emotional self and the inner child. So there's this whole complete picture right next to the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. I mean, there's this just beautiful, beautiful energy of happiness, love, light. I mean, with the two suns, that's all about light. And then here you are building up your light body, accelerating your ascension, which would be the universe offering you more love and you offering the universe more love as well. So this reciprocal, again, with the Six of Pentacles, a reciprocity happening between you and the divine right now. And you are here, the Page of Wands, you're ready to do it. You're stepping into it, walking right into the sun, like walking into the sun. And I'm hearing that song in my head. I don't know who it's by. Fairly recent, fairly popular song called Follow the Sun. I can't think of who it's by. Anyway, it's like follow the sun. Where the direction the birds fly. The directions the birds fly, the directions of love. I think that's how the lyrics of the song go. Follow the sun, the directions of the birds, the direction of love. So here with the Ace of Cups and the sun, you're building up your light body. You're following the direction of love, which is the direction of light, Mahatma energy. Number 11, powerful angel number for ascension, for mastery, for communion with the divine. Number 11, oneness. So this is such a beautiful blessing that Spirit is calling your attention to. So know that everything you're experiencing is, you are absolutely, your DNA is changing, your light body is accelerating, your ascension is accelerating. So you are, you're going to feel very different right now, and things are going to feel like they're moving very fast. So let's see what else. What other blessings are happening for you right now, are coming in for you right now. Right on to the Six of Cups, we have, oh, this came out for pile 1 as well, and this makes sense. Be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. So this is the other blessing coming in. Along with the building of your light body, you are becoming a brighter light, and you are stepping into being more of a way shower, which is maybe what some of this communication is about. More people may be asking you your advice, or what you think about certain things that are happening in the world. So be an inspiration to people. Allow the sun that is shining from Spirit so brightly into your life, allow that to pour out. Just allow that to pour out into your life, into everyone around you. You are a way shower, and you're just stepping more into this, and you're being brought so much love and light and support to step into this. This is so beautiful, pile 2. I'm really excited for you, for all of us, because this is amazing energy. And so the third card you got, oh my goodness, so beautiful. Violet Flame. Invoke the cosmic diamond, violet flame. Transmute all that is not love. And I absolutely believe you have the power to do that. Given what I'm feeling and seeing here in this reading, wow. So this is another blessing that is available for you right now and coming in for you right now, is access to the violet flame. The cosmic diamond codes. The ability to transmute anything that is not, that into love. Anything. Any dark thought, any dark belief, any situation, any feeling, anything. And I believe it too, like I said, with this incredible light power that's coming through your reading. This is a really beautiful card. I've actually I don't think I've drawn this one before. The Cosmic Diamond Violet Flame. This is part of the blessing. This is one of the blessings that's coming in for you. Transmute all that is not love. You have the power to do this. Oh my goodness. So amazing, pile 2. I hope you can feel that. I can feel it for you. Bottom of the deck, Ascension Lift. Prepare for rapid spiritual growth. Be ready for opportunities. I am really feeling that in a big way. So that's part of the blessings coming into with 2 suns, I mean, right on top of each other, and the Ace of Cups coming out first. You are definitely stepping into some sort of new beginning. And it says, you know, Ascension Lift. I love how, look at everything spinning up into that vortex of angelic light. So yeah, prepare for rapid spiritual growth. That's what this 8 of Wands is saying to me too. There's going to be a part of you that is a little freaked out by this, is because it's either already moving very fast or it's going to move very fast. So yeah, just trust this. Your light body is enhancing. Anything that's not love, just know that you can burn it away, really just with intention, with the light within you. Because you are on a rapid ascension path right now. So let's look at next. We're going to look at, which one do I want to use? I think we'll use the Animal Spirit cards by Colette Baron Reed. We're going to ask for pile 2, are there any blocks in the way of receiving these blessings that seem to be just pouring through for you? And there's no doubt, pile 2, I know that you've done your work. You wouldn't be receiving these blessings if you hadn't done the work. So I am congratulating you on that as well. So let's see if there's anything blocking you from receiving this amazing energy that is all around you and being transmitted to you from Spirit, from Source, from your angels, from the divine realms. Any blocks for pile 2? Any resistance to receive these powerful blessings? Ooh. Okay, well, I can't take them all. So, let me do this. I'm actually not taking those. A little more clear. I want it to be a little more clear. What most specific blocks would be most helpful for pile 2 to know about? I saw the wasp come out, and my attention kind of got called to that one. And so some of you might be afraid of the sting, meaning, you know, and that's so ironic with like all the powerful light cards here, but it makes sense, you know, sometimes when we're shining our light really brightly, and sorry, I'm trying to, I probably shouldn't have even touched them. You know, sometimes when we're shining our light really brightly, it's a lot for, you know, sometimes other people to deal with. and it can be triggering to their shadow. It can sometimes cause people to lash out. And maybe, you know, when you're shining the light that brightly, like these two suns, and you're a beacon. So, you know, if that happens, use the violet flame, you know, to transmute anything that is not love, and know that your light body is strong enough to transmute everything into love, that you don't have to take people's reactions personally. Yeah, so the 3 cards that we got for the obstacles, first we have Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. I feel like this card's been wanting to come out a lot recently in general. So I don't know what's going on in the collective where we're all kind of gathering up some clutter, but so this is, I'm hearing not just like clutter in your house or workspace, but clutter in your mind is what I'm getting. So I think a lot of you just need to make space for this in your life. This is a whole lot of ascension energy coming in, like a whole lot. So, you know, without the balance, this is throwing you off balance, and I understand. Without the balance that temperance brings in, this energy of temperance, this can create a whole lot of chaos. Like, even though it's beautiful, it can really bring a whole lot of chaos if we're not clear, if we're cluttered, if we have a lot of things in our mind that we don't need to be holding on to anymore, a lot of stories that we don't need to be holding on to anymore, maybe projects, people. So clear the clutter out of your life and out of your mind, literally even out of your house. You know how, I know many of you know this, is like if you clean your house and clear the clutter out of your house, it symbolically helps clear it out of your energy field, clear it out of your mind. It helps open up to these new energies. So that's what I'm getting really strongly right now, is that all of this really wants to come through for you. I mean, blessings are like busting their way through the door, trying to get to you. and mostly you're letting a lot of it in, but I'm also getting that there is so much more that wants to come through, so much more that is available to you. So I would start working with the energy of, in your meditation, in your prayers, however you do it, I would start working with asking Spirit to release and clear your energy field, your mind, your body, your life, lovingly, gracefully. I always ask that things be cleared lovingly and gracefully, because you know how sometimes it can be not so graceful. You know, I always ask that that stuff be cleared according to the highest good, so that you can make more space for all of this. And so I'm hearing also that some of the obstacles, some of the things that need cleared and released are these beliefs about yourself, of how worthy you are of love, and how deserving you are of this level of ascension, this level of light and love in your life. So clear out any clutter that is blocking you. This is number 28. So a 2 and an 8, but also 8 plus 2 is 10. So any of those numbers mean anything to you. For me, I'm getting that the 10 is that you are in this portal energy where you are really birthing into this ascension energy. I mean, it's one of those things where you're not at a place where this is even stoppable. Like, you're in process. It's just a matter of how, at this point, it's a matter of how much of these blessings you're going to allow in. And so I would start working with clearing yourself out and being like, I am ready to receive as much of this as I can, as much as I can handle, according to the highest good, right? So that's what I'm feeling there, or getting there, as one of the obstacles. The second one that came out is Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. It's a little pig angel. He's cute. Use your mind wisely. So that's one of the obstacles as well. Of course, your thoughts, and that's what I was getting with the clutter. So use your mind to support all of this energy that's coming in. Use your mind to bring balance to your emotions and to your life. Use your intellect, like, basically to work for your intuition. And that way you will be able to make decisions that will help bring you into this place of temperance and balance and rejuvenation. I'm hearing too, and I'm really seeing, for some reason, I'm really being called to the fountain energy of the Ace of Cups. There is this rejuvenation happening through this process. You will feel lighter. You will feel younger. You will feel just overall more able to give, more able to receive, more able to offer your gifts. So use your mind wisely. Don't go back. I'm hearing clear the clutter so that you don't go back into old patterns. Because this energy that's coming in, especially with this complete shift in your life, your light body, you will not be able to go about life in the same way, and that's going to feel really. Some of you are already in this, very disorienting at first. But I've been through different phases with this energy, or it feels familiar to me in that sense, and it's always such a good feeling, though, even though it's a little, unnerving in the sense of you almost don't even recognize your body or your energy field, and you feel a little like disoriented for a little while. But it's just for a little while as you learn to rebalance these energies and alchemize the level of ascension that's coming in for you. So anything that feels strange or off balance or wonky right now on any level, even physically, for some people the ascension symptoms are very physical. So know that this is just a process, and use your mind wisely to navigate this whole thing, because you have the intellect, and you want intellect working for intuition, not the other way around. A lot of people lean way too heavily on their intellect when intuition is a far stronger, wiser source of information. So use your mind wisely. That's what I'm getting from that. Lean into your intuition and know how to work your intuitive senses with your intellect. And so then the third message we got for the obstacles is Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. So I'm just hearing that you are doubting this, that's one of the obstacles and blocks, and totally understandable, because even as I laid out this reading, it bothers me that it's off center. I know it probably bothers some of you, the centeredness, and then others not, depending on your personality. Some people we like order way more than others. So anyway, my point is, back to the reading, magic works through you, and this is something that I feel like I don't know, there's a fear in this. Like, there's a doubt and there's a fear. There's like this combination of things happening. So for some of you, it might be both of these things, and it might be one or the other. So for some of you, you're magical. Some of you know how much power you hold, how much light you hold, how much magic you hold, your ability to really transmute and create in this world. And part of the obstacle there is that it scares you. That power is scary. But know that you're being guided, and you know how to use your mind wisely, okay? So you're gonna know exactly how to use this magic. And interestingly, this is 52, which adds up to a 7, which I said before is also the number that for me is about magic. So trusting in your magic. So for some of you, it's like you don't know that you're magical. Some of you know that you're magical, but you still don't trust it. You're afraid of it. And some of you are super magical. I mean, anyone who's resonating with this reading is super magical, but you don't believe it. You don't believe that magic can work through you. And part of that is because of the block that happens in the mind. The intellect can block intuition. It will block your ability to really tap into spirit. So it has value, just like the ego mind and all these other aspects of self, but we have to know how to use these aspects of ourself. And so knowing that the mind, the intellect can be a block for this kind of energy to come through, because especially when it's coming so fast and throws you so off balance, part of the reason it throws us off balance is because we think we have to understand what's happening. We even think that we have to be able to control what's happening. And the message is very clear. You will not be able to control this. And most likely, you will not be able to understand it with your intellectual mind. Not fully, anyway. So the way you can use your mind wisely is to not try. To not even try. Use your mind to work with those parts of you that block you from allowing this to come in. So if you're your mind wants to be at work, then put it to work on clearing the clutter. Put it to work on clearing away the things that won't allow you to receive this much light and ascension frequencies. I mean, this is really phenomenal what's coming through here. Really phenomenal. So those are your obstacles. Wow. And we're going to get some advice, too, from the Work Your Light deck. Advice going for everything we've got here for pile 2. What advice wants to come through for the highest good? One just through. Starseed. What lights you up, Starseed? I mean, really? Could there be any more light in this reading? I mean, seriously, what lights you up with the 2 sunshines? That will pull you into your magic. Magic works through you, and the way you find that magic is through what lights you up. Any other advice from this deck, Spirit, for pile 2? Starseed Lightworkers. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I just got chills. You are not alone, Starseed. Your ancestors are with you. Because we are keepers of the earth. You know, we are here, especially those of you watching this pile. Holy cow. I don't know if you guys can feel, some of you I know can feel the energy coming through the readings. It's so profound. Like I probably haven't stopped smiling since the beginning, and I just keep, now that we're like moving towards the closing of the reading, I just want to laugh. Like I just feel so happy. We are the Starseeds, the keepers of the earth. You are. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this community as well. I love being able to read your energy and work with you. It's such an honor. I really thank you. So keepers of the earth, so you are being guided by your ancestors, by spirit, by guides and angels. So this is part of your advice, is to know that you're guided, to know that you are here for a reason. This is like, you're not imagining that, how intense things are, and the messages you're receiving. Trust them. Use your mind wisely. Use your mind to trust these things rather than doubt them. And it's okay if the doubt is there. I just, as a side note, like the doubt's going to come in. There's no way to get around that. It's more about using your mind wisely so that you know what to do with the doubt. The doubt comes in and you use your intellect to be like, you know what? I know that you're a natural part of the mechanism of my brain and my personality and being human. So the doubt comes in because that is necessary part of our existence, but you don't have to listen to it. In fact, the doubt is a bit of clutter. The doubt creates clutter. So you recognize that it's a default mechanism. You recognize it's part of being human, but you also recognize that you have the power to push it to the side, to honor it and say, I'm going to use a violet flame to burn that away because that is not of love. And look at these beautiful colors coming through for you. This purple and this turquoise, the third eye and the throat, also the green for the heart. Also feels very Pleiadian. The next card that came out for you is the Ever Unfolding Rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So if any of this experience here is hard, I mean, this is a whole lot of light coming through. So depending on where you are in alignment, where you are in your path, and how much clutter you have, even this level of goodness can cause this level of light coming in can cause imbalance and disruption to a level that can be experienced by our personality selves as heartbreaking or difficult or loss. So know that that is just part of the process of opening your heart into more love, into more light. It's part of this process of stepping into more of what lights you up. So for some of you, I feel like for a lot of you, this cracked open is more of an ecstatic feeling. Some of you are really in alignment with what's coming through. You've been doing work for many years, and maybe you've even been on the planet many, many years, and you're really ready for this. And so for a lot of you, this cracked open is a sense of bliss. It's a sense of ecstasy. And even then it can be heartbreaking. Even then you'll find yourself in tears, but they're more of tears of bliss and tears of joy. Even though there's a release in that kind of a cracking open, it's not quite the same as for some of you. The light's coming in so hard and fast, this Eight of Wands, it's all coming in so hard and fast and creating so much movement in your life. And for some of you, you have a little more clutter going on. Either you've just, we're all on different paths and different places, so it's no judgment. It's just know that if you are the person who has a little more clutter, and all of this energy is coming in, it's going to cause imbalance and a feeling of disruption, and possibly be pulling things out of your life that is painful for you to let go of. So know that this is a process. The clutter is being cleared out of your life so that you can step more into your magic, so that all of this light can be embodied for you. And then I got two more cards that wanted to come out. You got two extra cards. So, because Spirit says they're important, so we're going to look at these two. This one says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So this is also advice for you. In order to receive this, what's coming in, and in order to balance it, you cannot dim your light. You cannot continue to play small. Starseeds, I already know you're a starseed from the way this came out. Keepers of the Earth and starseeds. Starseeds, lightworkers, this is like we're in a call to action phase, and I know we all feel it. So this is not a time to play small for any reason. Yes, you can take time out so that you can balance, so that you can use this, so that you can step into temperance. So, if all of these frequencies and energies are too much for your sensitive self, make sure you take the time that you need to take care of yourself and spend time with the earth, staying close to the earth, because that is your purpose of being here. And so the earth will help revitalize you and help you integrate these powerful light energies that are coming in. But Spirit's really encouraging you, do whatever you have to do to integrate, but don't play small. Don't dim your light anymore, because it's now time to shine. And that's, like I said, with two sun cards coming up in your reading, it is definitely time for you to shine. And I don't even think, from what I'm feeling in this reading, I don't even think it would be possible for you to dim your light at this point. With this, it would be painful. It's going to be way more painful for you to resist this than it is for you to let it in. So if you find in the next however long weeks, months, that these energies are coming in for you, if you find that you're very uncomfortable with ascension symptoms, know that the message is stop playing small. Express more of your truth, be more of your light in whatever way feels safe and good to you, but that is the message that's coming through. And if you need help with that, of course there are a lot of resources out there, and I do offer, light language transmissions and healing sessions as well, things like that, as well as a lot of free stuff like that on YouTube to help. There are many other light workers and healers out there doing the same thing, as you know. So, use these resources to help you release the clutter, release the fear. So that again is using your mind wisely. Use your mind to do what it takes to not dim your light. Because I know for some of you, I'm feeling some of you are very comfortable with shining your light, and you're just getting more comfortable with that. And that's really beautiful. And for some of you, it's really hard for you to shine your light. You really don't, you feel like it causes way too much attention, things like that. So know that whatever issue you're having with this, that you can ask Spirit for advice on this. You can ask for help from your guides and angels of how do I shine my light and feel safe? And you can use your intellect to figure this out. You can use the violet flame, but you are, Spirit, I'm hearing coming through, like this is an offering of love. You are safe and protected in this life to shine your light in the way that feels true to you. So some people are guided to shine their light loud, from a microphone in a stage, or from some sort of platform, or from a book, or whatever, and that might not be a good fit for you. You might not feel safe in that situation or in that paradigm or whatever. So know that however you're getting called to shine your light is what's perfect for you. It's not about it looking like that. It's about you just being your unique, genuine self in your life and letting your love and your truth and your joy shine forth, because that's all that it takes. Like that's what Spirit sees, and that's what makes the difference on the planet. And that's the most important thing you can do. So know that is some advice for you as well. And if you think you're already shining your light, I feel like Spirit's saying, look closer, you can do more, because there's so much coming in. And, not that you have to, like, of course, Spirit sees you as perfect in every moment, but it's more about, you're going to want to. Like, this energy's intense. You're going to want to continue to allow this light body upgrade. And as the light body upgrades, you are not going to help but be able to continue to shine brighter. And know that you're being supported in this. And anything that falls away, it's all perfect. You're being completely guided and supported. This unfolding rose, everything that's happening for you is completely safe and for you. And interestingly, of course, this is the last card we're pulling, is called the Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. That beautiful. So notice that portal is the same color as these cards. And yes, these cards all kind of have a similar color, but they're not all of these colors. These are it's very interesting, especially this Keepers of the Earth card and the Don't Dim Your Light to Fit In card. These two cards are specifically the colors in here. So it doesn't surprise me with all this light body activation and violet flame and the sun and temperance, all these cards that came out. I'm not at all surprised that the icing on the cake here is that you are in an initiation right now. You're going through a rite of passage. So like I said, depending on who you are and where you are in your life, for some of you, this is just all systems go, fast, like moving forward. Yeah, it's a little tough to balance, but it's all bliss. And for others of you, you're at a different place in your life and have a different whatever purpose. And so this is a little more challenging, and it does feel like really like more of a rite of passage initiation in the more traditional sense. So for some of you, there's a little more shadow work than others to be done, a little more clutter to clear. But ultimately, you have two cards in this reading that are the sun, coming from such a powerful, powerful place. So know that this initiation you are in, along with it being, the Ace of Cups here in Temperance, your guides and angels are with you. Love is with you. That is what you are, the ever unfolding rose. You are, in other words, ever unfolding love embodied is what I'm hearing. That is the initiation. The ever unfolding love embodied. And that in a nutshell, so, like that sentence, I think, summarizes the blessings that are coming your way, pile 2. I'm very excited for you, and it was such an honor to read for you. Thank you for being here and allowing me to bring this through for you. So if this reading resonated with you, you can like or comment or both below. I would love to hear your experiences, anything you'd like to share. If you're not already subscribed and you would like to be a part of this community, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when I upload new videos. So thank you so much again for being here. If you're interested in private readings or light language transmissions or healings, all of that information is listed in the description box below as well. And I'm sending you so much love. I am so excited for this, for you guys and for the planet. And I look forward to being with you next time. Love and blessings. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Aqua Aura Quartz Tumbled Stone and the Crystal Power Tarot. So, I hope you're doing really well. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to get into this reading with you today. We're looking at the blessings that are coming your way. We're going to use the tarot to get a sense of where you're at now, and that'll help you determine whether this reading feels like it resonates with you as well. But we're going to get just kind of a sense of where you are now, and maybe it seems like a little bit about the blessings that are already here or starting to peek their way through, or that are hanging out in the ethers around you and you haven't seen manifest into form yet. So we're going to look at where you are now and path. So the 8 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Oh, let me read what it says, sorry. So the 8 of Cups, the crystal is aquamarine, and it says, I accept my situation without resistance. And the 6 of Wands, I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. And the stone is garnet. And then we got the Fool. I am guided and protected on my life journey, and it's all of the chakra stones. Right in the center, the Fool. I'm gonna have to pause the video, guys. I'll be right back. I don't think you'll really notice, but I have to plug my phone in. The battery's dying. Okay. All plugged in. So let's see what else we get as far as blessings. Where is pile 3 at right now in their lives and the blessings that are headed their way? Spirit, according to the highest good. I'm so glad I saw that. It's just kind of worst nightmare to have your to be recording a video and not even notice that it stops and that you've gone for a half hour and it wasn't even recording. So I'm glad I saw that. So we got the Queen of Wands. I am naturally creative. So much yellow, so much gold in this. 5 of Wands, so much fire energy. I stand my ground and look for peace. And the stone for the wands is garnet. The Queen of Wands stone is yellow calcite. So 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands, the Fool. Looks like you have recently walked away from something or walked towards something, I guess a little both, right? Usually when you're walking away from something, you're walking towards something else. So you are have moved forward emotionally in your life, and this has brought you a sense of success, victory. You have overcome something recently and taken a leap of faith, started a new beginning on a new path, and you're feeling like just lit with creativity, lit with passion, lit with the excitement for the future, and you're releasing conflict within yourself and around you. So that's really, really beautiful. It seems like being poised for the blessings that are coming in. Look at that, 8 of Cups, and then for the right underneath 8 of Cups is the 9 of Cups. So you're walking away from what no longer serves you into your happiness, your dream fulfillment, your wishes come true. That's what you want to move towards. That's what you've recently made a huge decision, it looks like, to start stepping forward in your life. And you've had a lot of success in stepping forward. Like, I feel like this is already something that you've done, that you've made a decision, that you have the creativity, passion, power, and awareness within you to move through any of your conflicts and to succeed in your dreams come true in your wish fulfillment. So I feel a lot of positivity here to start. Just as I say positivity, the Death card comes out. Although I don't think of the Death card as negative, I think of it as very positive. It's rebirth and death. And in this deck, it is extremely beautiful card. I let go and embrace new beginnings. And isn't that what I just said? And this is major arcana card, so this is like big soul lesson, soul growth. You are rebirthing in your life. I don't think I've ever looked that closely at this card in this deck. It is really cool. There's that crystal portal inside of the tree and the butterfly. I'll show you in a second here. I'm trying to look at the, so phantom quartz is the crystal suggested to work with to help this transformation process that you're going through. That you're having great success with this rebirth. Really beautiful. See that in the flowers? It's just, you're very rooted. You are moving through portals in your heart, and in your, this is creating these opening, this new beginning in your life. And wow. The 10 of Cups. I have all I wish for in my relationships. So the 10 of Cups is about emotional fulfillment and happiness. You know, so you went 8, 9, 10. We have a progression of 8, 9, 10 here in the Cups, in the emotional fulfillment department, with 2 major arcana cards, the Fool and Death. Both of these cards representing rebirth, a form of rebirth and new beginnings. So pile 3, like I thought pile 2 was impressive, which it was, but this is also pretty amazing. So King of Swords came out actually in my lap in reverse. The stone for King of Swords here is ametrine, which is a stone that's a combination of citrine and amethyst, 2 forms of quartz, ametrine. And when the 2 come together, of course, they're more powerful than just 2 plus 2. They're exponential. So ametrine's a beautiful stone, and it says, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. This flew out into my lap, and it made a point of being in reverse. So for a lot of you, surprisingly, part of this process is You don't really, some of you don't trust your ability to make a strategic decision. And that might be because this King of Swords is the King of Air. And there is so much fire and water in here that's really representing emotional energy. Along with the Fool and the Death card, so much alchemy, transformation, passion, inspiration. And so it's no wonder that the King of Swords wanted to come out in reverse, because this part of you that is more aligned with logic and the mind and air. I love how you can see the butterflies and the feathers there behind him. This part of you is feeling really lost right now. That's what I'm getting, is all this fire and major rebirth and death and emotion has literally turned this part of yourself upside down. And so for some of you, that's not such, like, some of you can ride that way. Like, some of you don't mind flying a little bit free and not needing to control, just kind of more adventurous, more of a wild ride. And then others of you, this King of Swords being in reverse is scary. Like, it feels like you're maybe going to lose control of what's happening here. But there's so much overflowing joy that it's hard to even care. I do realize that. And there's so much creativity happening, but I do think there is some sort of conflict arising within you around this. Let's see what this card is. Yes. Yep. The Five of Swords. And the stone is sugilite. And it says, I will heal myself. I will heal myself. So right under this Five of Wands, we have the Five of Swords. Two cards of conflict and, in my mind, in some ways, conflict and what I was trying to think of. Oh, and change. So conflict and change. And so here, you know, at this end of the reading, we have these swords, the King of Swords and the Five of Swords. So I really do feel like there's a part of you that is battling with this entire experience of what's happening in your life. You really are like the Fool, embarking out on this journey of your dreams coming true, of wish fulfillment. This is part of the death and rebirth you've been going through. You've had great success moving through these energies and doing the work and, you know, coming into this creativity. But I'm sensing I'm hearing not just conflict. If there isn't conflict within you, or possibly there's both, there's also conflict. For some of you, there's conflict outside of you. So for some of you, some people in your lives might be threatened by this experience that you're going through of such a profound transformation and such an emotionally charged or passionate leap of faith. There might be people in your life who can't relate to this, who can't understand this. People who are maybe driven by more logic than you're currently driven by. Maybe sometimes you're more logical. Right now, I really feel like you're letting your passions, your emotions, what brings you joy, you're really taking the risk to allow more of those decisions into your life. And, you know, it has brought up a challenge within you, but you're rising to this challenge, I feel like. Like, there is a small part of you that feels a little bit lost and conflicted in all of this. But for most of you, this is not a huge issue. And actually, for most of you, I am sensing it's more the people around you. And this is actually something I picked up. I can't remember if it was in the first pile too, but definitely in the second pile. And this is a very common experience as a light worker, as a way shower, or as someone even just who's shining the light, you know, bringing more, that's what I think of a light worker, just somebody who's shining light on this planet. People who are in darker places, people who are maybe deeper in their wounds still or whatever, can be very challenged by this energy. They can see you walking away and rebirthing and having success and being courageous and seeing like things light on fire in your life and seeing you overcome these challenges. And you know, some people can be very threatened by this and can act out competitively or in a nasty way. And just know that, try to remember, I'm getting the message to try to remember that these people are coming from their wound, you know, not to give them excuses or make it okay or tell you to put up with anything. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, to have compassion and to remember that as much trouble as you're having with this, you know, people have a lot of trouble with change. People have a lot of trouble, especially if they feel really wounded and they see you excelling or growing. It can be very threatening, and they can act out with conflict or competitive energy, resentfulness, especially sometimes people who are close to you. A lot of people are outgrowing situations, friends, belief systems, all of that right now. And sometimes when you're outgrowing people, that can be very challenging. And that, I think, is some of this walking away from that happened for you guys. So this is kind of the overview of what's going on. And oh my goodness, so the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. I am free of whatever is holding me back. Yeah. Like, what was I just saying? Exactly my point. You are releasing, again, this is a major arcana card as well. And you got all the transformation, well, I guess the Devil's not transformation, but I think of the Devil as like you're having the opportunity to release yourself, set yourself free, like how it says here, I am free of whatever's holding me back. So I do think of that as, you know, moving into this transformation and taking these leaps of faith. Yeah, this is really cool, you guys. So if this resonates with you, like this is where you're at. And it looks to me like Spirit is poising you really beautifully, or you and Spirit, you have co-created this death and rebirth experience, you know, ready, like taking this leap of faith and ready to receive your emotional fulfillment and happiness. I mean, for some of you, this is you're coming into very balanced relationships with others. I am sensing romantic relationships for some of you. Some of you, you've found your passion, either rekindled in a current relationship or someone that you've recently connected with. It's kind of a nice balance between fire and air, and you know, thought and passion, intellect and passion, I should say. And maybe I'm sensing that the intellect is part of what creates the passion, and also creates a little bit of conflict sometimes, so that's happening. And then for some of you, this is about coming into a work relationship that really vibes for you, partnering up, collaborating with someone, releasing conflicts around that. Maybe you've partnered up with people in the past and didn't see eye to eye eventually, wasn't emotionally fulfilling. So I'm seeing a lot of emotional fulfillment coming in for you guys, and a lot of passion and a lot of releasing of old stories, old conflicts, old people. Just a total rebirth is where you're at. So let's see. I'm asking the unicorn deck, one of my unicorn decks. We're going to ask specifically about what blessings are coming in for you. Like I said, it looks like you are poised and ready in a really beautiful place to receive whatever Spirit has coming your way. So let's look at what popped out here. Did I get 2 or 3? 2. Okay, I want one more. This one looks good. Okay, so the first one we got is Cosmic Emerald, number 31. Create perfect health, access divine abundance. That is such an amazing blessing to be coming through. This card comes out a lot. It's really interesting. Almost every time I've used this deck, this card comes out. There's cards I haven't ever seen that are in this deck, and then there's ones that want to just... So I really feel like we have collective themes. And this is about good health, and it does make sense that would be coming out right now, with that being, with what's going on in our world and health being such a central issue. So know that's one of the blessings that's coming through for you right now, is through all this emotional fulfillment and death and rebirth, you are accessing better health. Maybe that's part of what you've been up to, is putting some of that kind of stuff in place, like exercise and eating, like better nutrition or different things like that. Or maybe just with all this emotional fulfillment, maybe you're doing things that are very emotional fulfilling and emotionally healthy for you right now. So those are the blessings that are coming in, is great emotional health and abundance. And I'm happy to see that come through too, because we don't have any pentacles in this reading. It's all water and fire and a little bit of air, and the air that's here seems to be like, you know, just making itself known, and like the rest of the reading's not so sure about it being there. I don't know. It's a very, I don't know where I'm just getting that, but it's a very water, fire dominant reading, and even the green and the yellow in this card and the blue. So a lot of throat and heart and solar plexus chakra. That's what I'm getting so much. Yeah, there's so much emotional fulfillment coming in for you, and part of that is the abundance. So part of the abundance that's coming in, I think, yes, it is in the form of physical abundance, but I think it's like just so much happiness, like so much love and joy coming in for you. So that's the blessing, and you're going to feel a lot healthier because of it. You're going to feel a lot more alive and ready to take action in your life here and be creative. These conflicts are just going to dissolve in this blessing of health and abundance. This is just too crazy. I shuffled this deck really well. I mean, when I went off of recording off camera, I shuffled it, and I shuffled it again just now, and literally this card has come out in all 3 piles. So it's be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. So to me, this is saying that this is another blessing that's coming in for you right now, is more light, that you are poised and in a position to be receiving more light into your life so that you can shine brighter. And you're already doing that. I can feel it from, I mean, I literally like feel warmth coming off of this, off of these cards, off of this reading. The energy that's coming through for you feels like I'm sitting next to a warm little fire, a comfortable fire, not hot, just warm and cozy. So you are becoming this beacon of light. You're becoming that warm flame for people, even more so than you already have been. And not just a flame, but this light that also holds this 10 of Cups, this 9 of Cups, this beautiful emotional fulfillment and joy and satisfaction, just bubbling over with delight. I'm hearing with delight, the word delight. I'm so delighted. So be this beacon of light. That's the blessing that's coming through for you, is more inspiration. And here with all these wands, this Queen of Wands, you are inspired, and you are going to inspire others. So as you, that is the blessing that's coming in, is as you step more into this brighter version of yourself, and as you personally become more fulfilled and inspired, and taking these risks, that's what brings this blessing to you, okay? They wanted me to emphasize this here with the Fool. Being willing to take a leap of courage, a leap of faith, trusting in the divine, takes you into a whole other level of light. And do you see how these people are looking up to this person? But this person's being inspired by the unicorn. And looks like a butterfly maybe there. So beautiful. So you're leading the way. You're a way shower with your creativity and with your light. You are not only, the blessings that are coming in are not only that you are being inspired, that is a blessing, but also that through this inspiration, you are inspiring other people. And that is the other piece of this blessing. It's like a double blessing. So that is really beautiful. And then the third card that came out is Shower of Blessings. So the blessings you're receiving are a shower of blessings. That's certainly what it feels like. And it says here, open yourself to receive and then pay it forward. What was I just saying? You're inspiring others. You are the light worker, the way shower. So allow all of this goodness to come in. Allow yourself to embrace it. Shut down these parts of your mind that want to doubt things, that want to bring up problems and conflicts. That is not the energy Spirit's saying right now. You are rebirthing into an energy that does not entertain those kind of fears. Wow. You are rebirthing into the type of energy that does not carry those type of fears. That's huge. To not let logic stand in the way of heart fulfillment. To not let logic stand in the way. Logic that's coming from fear, not logic that's coming from higher self. But, you know, the part of your mind that wants to come in and sabotage and doubt and asks you to play small and not take risks, it's leaving. It's not leaving, that's not the right way to put it, sorry. It is integrating. It's finding peace. It's releasing the conflict, and it is surrendering to all of this goodness. You are receiving a shower of blessings. And so Spirit is saying that part of the reason you're receiving these gifts from the universe, and really just open yourself up to receive. There's a conflict within you. That takes courage. But you can do it. Be these open cups. You know, that it's okay if you overflow, because when you overflow, that's how you pay it forward. That's how you inspire others. Just let this shower of blessings pour forward into you. You deserve it. Know that you deserve it. And we all deserve it. So part of the reason you deserve it is because you're going to allow it to overflow and pour back into the collective. So any part of you that comes up and wants to compete with this idea on some level, that maybe you're not worthy of this level of happiness, that you're not worthy of this level of your dreams, allow that part to rest. Allow it to burn in the flames of creativity. Let your cup overflow. And you can remind yourself, like if you do tend to lean towards those thoughts, you can remind yourself that it's okay, you know, because sometimes people feel guilty, like, oh my gosh, this is too much abundance, this is too much goodness for me to receive. But just know that, you know, part of the reason you're receiving is because you're receiving it for everyone. You're not just receiving it for you. And so sometimes that makes it a little easier to let love in. If you're the kind of person who's afraid of taking away from others, or you have a somewhere deep inside still a lack consciousness that there might not be enough if you receive that so much. So that is not the case. We are all capable of infinitely receiving beautiful showers of blessings. So allow yourself to let this in. And the bottom of the deck is open your heart, love yourself, dare to be vulnerable. So that's part of the blessing coming in, is to have more of an open heart so that you can receive these blessings. And with all of those cups, that is what it feels like to me. Your heart is opening and you're ready to receive it. You're also ready to give it. So, but first, you know what they say, you know, first you have to fill your own cup before you can fill others. So know that if that is you, some of you are just bursting forth already. You're like, I'm so full and I have been doing it and this is so great. So for those of you that, if that's you, know that this is just a confirmation and a message that there is a lot more to come. That you are just in the beginning. You are just in the beginning of this journey. You've just rebirthed into this energy and your cup will continue to overfloweth, is what I'm hearing. And so for those of you who haven't allowed this in yet, the message is to allow it in. Keep allowing it in, because it's for everyone. It's almost like, okay, so now I'm hearing it's your duty. It's your mission. It is your responsibility to planet Earth for you to receive these blessings and to be a beacon of light for the planet. So now we're going to pull from the Animal Spirit cards by Colette Baron Reed. And we're gonna ask about obstacles, like what obstacles you might have against these blessings, like what resistance might be there, what might be in the way of you fully allowing yourself to receive all that wants to come in for you. Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. So one of the obstacles is, you know, having, that just kind of reminds me of the King of Swords in reverse too, and the swords over here, the Five of Swords. You know, just getting stuck in small-minded thoughts, or, you know, like just exactly what that says, like you're not seeing the big picture, you're just seeing what's right in front of you. And in order to be the Fool, you know, you have to really see the big picture and even trust that beyond, outside of the big picture, that you can really take that leap and trust that there's a bigger story here. So some of you are getting caught up in the everyday things, in the small things, in the small disappointments or small failures, or things that you see not working out in the immediate moment. So Spirit's saying don't get caught in that kind of thinking, and keep pulling yourself back into the bigger picture and allow those passions to keep stirring and keep showing you the way forward. And then we also received Crow Spirit. Co-create with Spirit. So some of you are forgetting, and some of you are simply just being reminded that to not block the co-creation process. Sometimes when we don't see the bigger picture and we get into conflict, like over here, conflict and confusion, and are fighting with ourselves or others about things, we forget that we can surrender this over to something bigger than ourselves. So this could be one of your obstacles, is getting too fixated on small things, or too fixated on the ego mind of like, I want it this way, or what I'm hearing is feeling like it has to be done a certain way, instead of understanding that no, you are going to get what you want, like in the sense of like happiness, the 10 of Cups, like, and 9 of Cups, your dreams come true, your wishes fulfilled. But know that you're not doing this alone. You are embarking on this process with Spirit. And you have, and so part of what can block all of this from coming in is feeling like, you know, feeling like you have to do it all yourself. And forgetting that there's higher guidance, and forgetting that the divine has a plan and that you are co-creating with Spirit. So keep that in mind. Keep the big picture in mind. Remember that you're not alone. That, you know, that you are in, that your guides and angels are with you. That all you have to do for, if you want healing, is ask for healing. If you want guidance, you ask for guidance. So they're telling me this is one of the things that could trip you up in receiving these blessings, is just forgetting to ask for help. So please remember to ask your spirit guides and angels for help when you need it. And that you're not here alone. You're not doing this alone. And then we have the Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So I'm getting just instantly the difference between knowledge and wisdom, you know, knowledge and wisdom. So wisdom is, to me, it's like, at least right now what I'm getting is that when knowledge partners with intuition, it becomes wisdom. So this is one of the things that are holding some of you back from really stepping into this higher, these blessings and this higher level of living in life that you want to be in. You're really there though. So these are just kind of minor tweaks actually. These obstacles don't feel too bad. But this feels like a really key thing, especially with these swords showing up in a position of, I feel like these can, this mind, you know, the logical mind, the doubting mind, even the intellectual mind can be in the way of you receiving the massive amount of blessings that want to come in for you right now, and the massive amount of creativity. Because, so what Spirit's saying is, you are in this process of whatever you are birthing into and creating, you are acquiring a lot of knowledge. So I'm kind of feeling and seeing you like reading a lot of articles, a lot of blogs, watching videos, like studying, taking courses. I'm seeing a lot of, or watching maybe tarot readings, you know, like I'm seeing you acquiring a lot of knowledge. And so the reminder here from Spirit is to make sure you are pairing everything that you're taking in. You're seeing the bigger picture, and you're taking everything that you are absorbing in and basically filtering that information through your intuition. When you do that, what you're receiving immediately becomes a co-creation with Spirit, because your intuition is linked to Spirit. It is one with Spirit, as you are. But I mean, that's a place of integration and bridging. So when you bring this knowledge through this higher aspect of yourself and surrender it over to the bigger picture and to Spirit, all that you're taking in, all of this intellectual information starts to come into your heart, and it becomes wisdom. And as it comes into your heart, it starts to merge with these deeper aspects of who you are, like your multidimensional self, your many lifetimes of selves. And so now the knowledge that you are bringing in, as you've filtered it through your intuition and as it merges with your multidimensional self, it becomes this deep wisdom, not only of this lifetime, but of all of your lifetimes and all of your ancestral lines. And really, it can go as deep and as far, and does go as deep and as far as your Akashic records and all knowingness in all time and space. So talk about seeing the bigger picture. When you can pull out that far, when you can take everything you're seeing, learning, and acquiring and filter it through this co-creative aspect of your intuition, so that then that knowledge becomes wisdom, you will be poised and ready to receive this abundance, this health, and the many showers of blessings that are coming in for you. And you will continue to expand your light. That's what you're doing in this rebirth process. You are just, so many of us, and so many of you who are here with me in this community are light workers and star seeds, and really are on a powerful path. I can tell from the readings I bring through, really phenomenal energy. And so this is big stuff. So know that this is not something you have to do alone. And the Fool's Journey, it's a solo journey, but it's like, it's with Spirit. You're never alone. So you are, you know, even if you have partners and people you're collaborating with, or a partner in your life, you know, for me, when I see the journey of the Fool, it's always kind of an individual experience. Even if you are co-creating a life with someone, there's like a soul experience of a leap of faith. So know that you're not alone in this leap, that Spirit is with you co-creating this, and you are turning the knowledge that you have acquired in this life into deep wisdom, and you're shining that light back out to the world. You're paying it forward. The many blessings that are coming in for you are just pouring right back out to the collective. It is such a beautiful reciprocity that I'm seeing for you. No wonder you have so much abundance and wellness coming your way, because I'm just seeing this constant flow. Like, I'm not seeing any block whatsoever right now, and I think that that's coming through for you. So if you're if that's resonating with you right now, go ahead and allow yourself to take some deep breaths. And really just allow these codes to clear for you. There's so much coming in. It's already there within you, but it's like the reading is activating it more and helping you clear what's in the way more. Because as you come into awareness, you know, a lot of that is just light shining. So that light turns that knowledge into wisdom. That awareness can turn into wisdom. So now I'm asking for our final messages. We're going to ask for some advice on this whole thing, on the obstacles and on receiving more of this light. So we're asking for any advice that wants to come through for pile 3 this time. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Yeah. Deep healing. All this that is happening for you is happening on a cellular level. this death and rebirth. So that the death card too is like this cellular transformation. Letting go of the old, birthing into the new. So there's two messages there of that transformation. So know that that's part of this process, a natural part of this process, and it will help you really step into these blessings that are coming your way. And look, so we got two messages of death, of the death card, transformation, and now we have two messages of the Fool card, because this is leap. So when the double message comes in like that, I would really take it to heart. It says, you go first, the universe will catch you. And she's up here in the moon as she takes her leap, you know, and this one is in the sun, or it could be the moon shining out, but I'm sensing there's this like masculine, feminine balance that's coming in, this unity consciousness, this unified oneness energy within you, and illumination, clarity. But then with her, with this full energy being with the moon, I feel like there is another, like a reminder again of to stay connected to your intuition and to trust your intuition through this process as you leap. Wasn't that something I was saying with the Fool a few minutes ago, I think? Of, yeah, co-creating with spirit so that you're trusting when you leap. You're not leaping without spirit. It feels like you're leaping into the abyss, sometimes more than others, but you are never alone in this journey. And that message, I know I keep saying that, but I really feel like a lot of you need to really understand that and really feel it. Not just hear it, but feel it. You are not alone in this journey. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew that you would be supported when you take this leap, that no matter what, like if you took a leap of faith, no matter what it was, you knew you'd be supported, what would that be? That's a really important question to ask yourself, because I feel like one of the blessings that's coming through this reading is Spirit saying, take the leap, we want you to. Like, Spirit wants you to leap so that you can be basically catapulted into the next beautiful shower of blessings that are coming your way. So for some of you, I think this is a really, really big validation. Like, this is your confirmation, okay, that not only do you have the permission from the universe to take this leap, but you are being fully supported and encouraged. So really consider what that would look like. And yeah, take some time to really sit with that and ask yourself if you're ready to do it. You know, because it depends. It's a different leap for all of you. So, but it's an important question to ask, because even if you're not quite ready to take a full leap, maybe you're taking baby leaps before a big full leap, and that's part of the transformation. Maybe your transformation, I do feel that way. I feel for like 3/4 of you, this transformation is fairly slow. Not slow, but fairly gentle, fairly, you know, a somewhat easy integration. And then I feel like for about a quarter of you or so, for some of you, this is a huge leap. Like, this is going to require all of your faith. So wherever you are, just, you know that that's perfect, and that either way, the universe is asking you to be courageous, because you are transforming and you are supported. And the last card that came out is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. So for some of you, this literally means dancing will help you. Whether you dance alone in your house or your room and no one ever sees you, or you go out dancing. And so we see the moon here again. It's like the moon is peeking through this portal. So you're being asked to step through, guided by your intuition. It requires a leap of faith. You're being asked to dance with life in this way, to take this kind of a risk. And you're being told in this reading really powerfully that you are being supported in this, that the light is shining for you. Your passions are being ignited. You are stepping into emotional fulfillment and happiness. And with the moon showing up like that too, the moon can also represent that to me as well, like this, the emotions. So dancing with your emotions, trusting all of it, knowing that you're being showered with blessings. That is the advice for you, that you're supported, you're not alone. And know that you are transforming. So it can be a little disorienting at times. It can be a little challenging. But you have everything you need. And there's so many messages in here of encouragement and love. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. It was an honor to bring these messages through for you. This is such a beautiful, inspiring energy. Almost like right now I'm feeling that feeling of like the sunrise. You know, if you're those times in life where you get up early enough and have the opportunity to watch the sunrise, that feeling, that's where you guys are at. It's really inspirational and beautiful, and there are so many blessings coming your way, so much emotional fulfillment, so much goodness. And you're a beacon for the world. This is all bringing you into this transformation so that you can be a brighter light for humanity and for yourself and for all those who are in your life. So again, thank you so much. If these messages and this reading resonated with you, like or comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed and you would like to, please subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when I upload new videos. So again, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Blessings.